First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite.
Hello.
Hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for BDElite. You found us on whatever podcast app you're using or
twitch.tv/upnextpodcast and youtube.com/upnext. Hello, Twitch and YouTube room.
Hello. Yes. Hello, anyone who watches us live, anyone who's in the chat, anyone who's watching the video replays, they're available too. Maybe you like to have us on in the house. Some people send us pictures of them watching them, like they cast it to their TVs.
They're like 8K TVs.
We go,
we're huge. And
don't watch us like that. Just listen to us and clean your house or something like I don't know, something like that. And we did a show earlier today where I felt bad for our Wednesday morning commuters. So Up Next has been dropped. So consider this a double header of Wednesday shows with the BDE here on Wednesday night. We watched some Dynamite.
We did. Crazy show. Was this something I dreamt up from Halloween? Because I'm still recovering from that. So did that just happen?
Was this a Royal Rumble?
Yeah. That's what this. Thanks for stealing my joke from earlier.
Yeah, that's what it felt like, though. Yeah,
Just every 15 minutes, a legend comes out.
A legend. Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Shibata.
Yeah.
Colt Cabana.
Yeah.
Did anyone else show up?
Probably.
Hobbs.
Hobbs, yeah.
Legends showed up in this crazy roulette edition of Dynamite. We're gonna talk all about it, which it was a weird show. It felt surreal.
I felt like it was kind of awful, but pretty great.
Yeah,
as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, this wasn't the best episode by any means, but
there was some like maybe worst thing of the year contenders.
There was,
I would say.
Yeah. It's interesting. Last week, we went off. I feel like it's been last week and probably the week before that, but probably specifically last week on BDElite, this show. Me and you went off on another tangent about Rampage, and we said some things like, I don't care who wrestles on Rampage. I'm not watching the show. I'm over that show. And Tony Khan was like, oh, yeah, I hear everybody saying they won't watch Rampage. What if Shibata wrestles on Rampage? And that's what is booked to happen this Friday in Atlantic City, which is just crazy, bizarre.
So they've set up this dream match thing.
What the hell?
Yeah, Shibata's year's been weird because he had the
Wrestle Kingdom
match where
it
wasn't meant to be like strikes, but he was like, now we're doing strikes, and had that. He did the grappling match last year.
That's right. Okay,
Junior.
Yeah.
And then just quiet forever. And then I completely forgot about him being on Forbidden Door, doing the sunglasses.
Oh, right, with Orange.
Cassidy.
Right, yeah.
So when that all happened later in the show, I'm like, oh, okay. So
crazy.
like, what's the deal? Has he got like Paige's doctor as well or something? He's like,
New Japan won't let me wrestle.
Cleared, sometimes you're not cleared.
AEW will. AEW will let me wrestle. So that's. I mean, Orange Cassidy. It's not going to be like,
No, I think that's why it's smart. I mean, there's a way of doing that with no like
crazy
real strikes or anything. But
like, I'm not thinking this will make the show get this giant jump, but I think it will help. You're real smart. You're real. Hardcores who do know who Shibata is. And possibly people now who, might not be familiar, who are like, wait, what's all this like hype about? What is going on? This sounds like it's a big deal now. So, yeah, sounds awesome. Shibata's going to be wrestling. That's just seems crazy. And that's not even the craziest thing that really happened on this show.
Oh, I'm still like, trying to put it all together.
Yeah.
It's 2 dimes, man. Like,
we're still watching 2 dimes. Wow, we forgot about him in our wow, just
a lot.
Oh man, I mean, guys, you gotta follow our Twitter if you haven't already. Up Next Podcast, because we posted our photos of our Halloween costume. We Sting and Darby don't really use social media all that much, but we still need them to see this. So every like and RT, go check out our ridiculous costumes from Halloween, and check out all the other stuff that we have coming out on our socials and everything, because it's going to be a couple crazy weeks leading towards our big fun post-wrestling day is what really it is. The post-wrestling party, post-wrestling show in Newark on the same day as Full Gear, which we're going to be going to as well.
Seeing Jeff Jarrett live.
Yeah, you were saying right before we were recording that, because I was like, yo, have you ever seen Jeff Jarrett live? Because you're gonna. Yeah. I would assume so. And you said it's probably Lethal and Jarrett versus Sting and Darby.
Yeah.
Which makes total sense. Which means we're going to be there live when Sting does a crazy street fight jump.
Yeah, it'll be a no DQ,
of course.
Crazy match.
Yeah.
Ric Flair will be there bleeding for some
reason.
Okay,
all right, yeah. But yeah, exactly. So we're hyped to go to Full
Man,
Gear.
what a year Jeff Jarrett's had. What a life Jeff Jarrett's had.
Yeah, we'll get,
we say about like Anderson and Gallows being the luckiest guys. I mean,
is
it Jarrett?
Yeah, he is definitely one of them. Definitely. He's just popping up everywhere. Jeez, we'll get to that for sure. Full Gear is going to be totally fun. We're going to be having a lot of fun during the day with the post-wrestling meetup and show, opening the show for John and Wei, who are absolute legends. So I can't wait to do that. Go to postwrestling.com/live to get tickets if you haven't already. I don't know why you're not doing it if you are in the area, or maybe you're thinking about, should I spring for that last minute flight?
Yeah.
Should I do it? It might be the only time to meet all these people. So I'm super excited. We're hearing that we're getting everyone related to the podcast: Andrew Thompson, W.H. Park, John Inway, Mike Murray, Brandon from New Jersey, John Ceno, Fire Frank. This list keeps getting like crazier and crazier. Jordan Goodman is going to be there as well. Post wrestling, there's so many.
Our man Neil
is going to be there. Benno's going to be there. Grapple. Yeah, this is crazy, man. This is like all these different people. So if you are fans of the show, this is like the absolute time. Just do it. Come hang out. We're pretty happy go lucky people and like to meet people, and it's what this is all about. So
I hear Vicky and Nyla are doing commentary during John and Way's talk. Yeah.
Should we start our show eating a bag of chips? He would love it. Yeah. Exactly. No, we're more professional than that. Instead, we're going to have a live version of our game, and it's going to be basically a whole Royal Rumble in itself, edition of fall gear.
Yeah. Going to be like Squid Game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One person walks out with, well, not their life and a lot of money, but instead something even better than life and money. The BDE Championship, because Fire Frank does not know what is in store, because basically, are we giving him the buy-in? We're giving him the buy-in, right?
So yeah, he goes right to the
He gets the Daniel LaRusso Karate Kid 3
exactly.
buy-in.
Yeah.
We just did a review of it. That's why it's still fresh in our heads. Frank just gets to face the winner of this
thing.
But
it's going to be the winner of, like, it should be the best of the best, right? Because surely anyone showing up to this show are the best. So all competing for that one spot to go against Fire Frank.
Yeah, somehow, some way. So
yeah,
it's going to be fantastic. Possibly rock, scissors, tortilla slap between Andrew Thompson and our man Neil. So like, there's the card's already happening. The card's getting stacked. It's going to be nuts. We're totally excited. This whole week in New York is going to be awesome.
Imagine flying all the way over from the UK, from Ireland rather, to New Jersey for this show. And you're coming to get slapped in the face by a tortilla. Probably still jet lagged. Like,
I just want to say that right now. Why not? That's the challenge out there.
Yeah.
Rock, scissors, paper,
what's the
slap.
like New Jersey Athletic Commission's like rulings on that?
We don't need to worry about that. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah. It's just tortilla.
Yeah.
We're not gonna put them in the oven first or anything. They won't be hot or
is that thin,
crispy.
though?
That's too far.
That would be like the steel tortilla.
I don't even know what it is, to be honest. I just know you hit someone with a tortilla, so
all right,
it sounds great.
So Neil, Andrew, there's the challenge.
There's the challenge. Will you accept it? Our Twitters are public. At the Braden, at Davie Portman. Let's go. I want to see this happen now. I just booked it. I don't know. I just really want to see someone use this tortilla thing. It looks fun.
Maybe it's for like the Joker spot in the game.
And 2 people do it? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Well, that's something that we got going on in the next few weeks. That is all happening when Full Gear is happening. So that weekend of the 18, 19, all them is going to be so much fun. And we can't wait to see all of our friends down in New York and so forth, because you guys are amazing. And we love our listeners. Join the Facebook group if you haven't. And patreon.com/upnext while I'm at it, because we have so many shows. We recorded a Was Next talking about the BFFs, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Summer Rae joining forces, and a 2 out of 3 Falls main event match as well. Then we had a review of Jurassic Park. What's the movie review we have this week?
Disorderlies.
Yeah.
From 1987.
Crazy pick from Matty B, who's a legend, by the way, King World Champ patron over at our Patreon. He picked this movie.
We finally met at the...
We did in Toronto.
Meetups,
yeah, he is an amazing dude, and bless him. And he just picked, last time I think he picked heavyweights, which was just a gas. So this is going to be just as fun. So that's a review coming out as well. We just did The Omen. I mentioned Karate Kid Part 3. We have some crazy movie reviews. Our Halloween Havoc 97 review is out. We're getting ready for a War Games review this month as well.
Yeah, we got Fall Brawl 97. NWO versus Horseman.
Oh, in the War Games. Mm-hmm. Yeah, crazy stuff. So, hey, $5 a month gets you access to all this stuff and everything coming out this month, plus everything in the back catalog. Go support your boys and check out some of the podcasts we do, because we love to entertain you and talk about wrestling and all sorts of silly nonsense. Before getting into some Dynamite, enough with the plugs, but first of all, rest in peace to Takeoff. I know you're unironically like a kind of a fan of the Migos, so rest in peace. That's a terrible story. Yeah, he's like just like this super peaceful dude just off to the side, and it was a stray bullet that apparently killed him. So that is just terrible. So rest in peace, Takeoff. And then I saw some other wrestling stuff. Like I thought, like you mentioned this show, watching Dynamite today, felt like, did this happen? When I woke up one day on Twitter, like on Halloween, it was like, or after Halloween, it was like, Nakamura's gonna wrestle Great Muta, and I was like, is this real or is this another one of those fake?
There's all these
like fake
mock-up
matchup
things on there. Like there were a bunch for Jericho's opponents today.
I don't believe it until Post Wrestling posts it. So
yeah,
I saw this, so that's actually happening.
So when is, because Muta's on this great retirement tour, right? He's gonna be teaming with Sting in a match, I believe, and then when's his final date?
I don't know. That's
all
crazy.
I'm saying is there a chance of him being in the Royal Rumble?
Great Muta?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
on
cool.
this retirement tour.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
that
I feel
makes
he
sense.
ends around January, and that's normally the end of January.
Okay,
but
yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, it would. We were at the Rumble. He showed, or sort of, the Battle Royal.
Yeah, exactly. So the talk is apparently this has been, when Muta announced his retirement tour, he wanted Nakamura as a match, and there were kind of negotiations, and then it kind of fell through, and then once Vince went, and there's some more news there.
Yeah.
Once Vince went, Triple H was kind of like, "No, let's put it together."
Wow, interesting.
So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, that is super cool. I feel like a lot of people would be interested in watching that match. I would certainly watch that match. I mean, just like kind of
nostalgia.
Like, it sounds cool. Definitely.
His tour, yeah.
Yeah. You think he's gonna spit in his face?
Probably.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We got to do a BME Great Muta.
Absolutely.
Whenever that's January.
Once he finally retires.
Yeah, for sure.
Retirement date. Let's have a look.
We got to throw in the Halloween Havoc electric cage match.
Yes.
It's just really not good.
January 22nd is
January
his final
22nd.
goodbye.
There you go. We'll have to do that in January or February or something. So cool. Yeah. What was going on with Vince McMahon?
So the investigations come to an end.
Oh no.
now.
Is that good or bad?
And it's over. Yeah.
All right.
So don't really know the results from it, but apparently there was word that like there would be a possibility of him coming back, but then technically, but everyone's like, nah, he's done.
Right.
Yeah.
No chance.
No chance.
No chance in hell. All right. Well, that's good news then.
So,
because I don't want that.
No, it's been
on.
good recently.
We're moving on. We got Sami Zayn being Usi. We got everything going on. I loved that segment. I've watched it a few times now. They clipped it and put it on their YouTube and their Twitter and stuff. But Sami Zayn and the Usos and Roman Reigns, that whole thing basically is Adam Sandler and Chris Farley back in SNL days, like trying to make each other laugh, like killing each other.
It was everyone. Like the thing was Jay had it worse because it made sense for all the other characters to be laughing.
Yeah,
like Jimmy like finds them funny. Solo's in the middle, and Roman's like humored him a lot.
So good.
But it's Jay just really trying not to, which is so funny.
Jay
and Roman just being like, no,
come here, yeah. Come on, right in front of the camera, yeah. Jay Uso was basically Jimmy Fallon in any SNL sketch he ever did. Brilliant. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I don't think. I saw an ad which I again thought this was crazy. I don't usually watch SmackDown. I just kind of cherry pick some stuff. But Rey Mysterio is going to face Gunther.
That's Friday, right?
What the hell? I'm definitely going to have to watch that.
Ray versus Gunther, followed by Shibata versus Orange Cassidy.
Wow, what a night. Dream matches come to life Friday.
Big night Friday, yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to give some thoughts on that next week, because that's on Tuesday night with Up Next, because that sounds I'm definitely going to have to check that out, especially with the Usi stuff going on.
It's cool. I will say, like, there is this new sort of regime in WWE. There's some freshness to it. I know the last couple of Raws haven't been great, but like the stuff with the Bloodline's really fun. Gunther's been having quite the run. The like Dominic stuff has been weirdly entertaining. I'm kind of glad because they've announced Montreal for Elimination Chamber.
You going?
And I'd kind of be down to go.
Yeah.
And I can see I'd like an excuse to go to Montreal again anyway. But I could have seen if that was announced like 6 months ago, we'd be like, But I feel it could be good. And like the way Sammy is right now, being in Montreal, come on, you got to do something huge with the guy.
Yeah, is that the giant hope spot that you think he could win the chamber or something like that? Like
Exactly.
You could do something like that. Yeah, I completely agree. Definitely not been interested in WWE main product stuff, and to especially travel for it wouldn't be something I would be interested in. I did the WrestleMania right before the pandemic, and like did that off my checklist, and I was like, all right, WWE is definitely cooling off, but now I'm getting some interest back in it. Like, my interest is coming back. It was never an issue with the talent. In fact, they were like better than they've ever been, and the stars have been always there. It's just how the shows were, how it was the same stupidity and not really wrestling. It has definitely changed. Of course, you're going to get the stupid stuff. You will on Dynamite, is the show we're about to talk about. But like the fact that like they seem like we went to that Raw, and that completely changed our perception of Raw and WWE. So
I think there's been like over the years, you always look back at like the good stuff and remember the good stuff, but all you need is at least one thing that holds your interest. I'm thinking about that Daniel Bryan run in 2014. There wasn't really much else that interested me on the show, but that was enough for me at the time. Yeah. And like I'm kind of feeling at this point, there's still a lot of shit, but there's enough good stuff that I'm kind of into that would make me want to go to a show again. Yeah,
Montreal in February. Go for it's a Saturday.
It'll be fucking cold, won't it?
It'll be cold, but you know,
it'll be cold here as well.
It's cold here as well, Canada. But our friend Jesse from the Six, I asked him if he wanted to go, and he said he's never been to a chamber match, and I said, yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
so, you won't be able to see shit.
Yeah, no.
But it'll be fine. Yeah, maybe we're going. I messaged Charbel. He's interested.
Good,
Imagine sitting with Charbel at the Elimination Chamber. He'd get kicked out and arrested before the main event. Let's be honest. I've never even met him
during
yet,
Sammy's entrance. He'll just be
I don't think he'll make
from
it.
security.
I don't think he'll make it past the women's match. I don't know. Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe he'll be amped up, like be our guest.
Be our guest
on the watch along.
Oh yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
Wow, we haven't done that. We've done a watch along those things in a while. Remember that pandemic? Yeah. The pandemic. I don't remember what we were talking about, but WWE is great, and we should watch it. Yeah, we might go to the chamber. We're thinking about it. So we're thinking about it. But we know we're
feeling oozy.
Yeah. Oh, we're always feeling oozy, except the day after Halloween.
Yesterday
we're
was not
still
oozy.
recovering.
I'm still kind of not oozy today.
My Halloween weekend was like way too bonkers. In fact, I'm not doing anything until New York. Like,
I'm in the same.
I might even learn how to read. I'm just gonna chill. You made a nice roast for dinner. It was nice.
Yeah.
I bought a new bong. Let's just like.
It's a good day.
I'm charging the Switch. We'll play some Mario Kart.
Yeah. Time to change. It's like Halloween. We're off. We'll have a little blip in New York, and then I'm done till Christmas.
I'm hurt.
Might not even do Christmas this year, to be honest.
Yeah. Nah, we'll do Christmas.
I enjoyed last Christmas.
Yeah.
Stuck in
I was stuck in Mexico. Arriba. Let's go to Mexico. You want to go to Mexico?
Yeah, no, I do. Maybe our landlord will pay for us.
That's for a Patreon show.
Yeah,
I think we should discuss. Yeah, patreon.com/upnext. $5 a month gets you access to almost 500 podcasts, but also may let us pay our rent every month. So yes, thank you, and shout out landlords. All right, well, I guess we can chat about some AEW Dynamite from November 2nd, 2022, from Baltimore, Maryland, home of Ring of Honor. Right?
That's where you had all these Ring of Honor matches today.
Nice. We start off with the opening contest, basically a grudge match here, featuring Jay Lethal versus the guy you dressed up for Halloween as.
It was me.
Darby Allin. And again, go check out the photo.
Live, laugh, love.
You killed it. Yeah, you looked exactly like him. Yeshua, you could have been his stunt double. Would you ever be a stunt double?
I wanted to do a coffin drop on someone.
We were trying to get you
Big
to...
Penta.
Yeah, I have some videos on my phone. Maybe I'll post them in the group or something, because I posted on Instagram stories, but they disappeared, because you had a street fight with Pentagon Jr., El Zero Mero, in the middle of Church Street in Toronto. Toronto basically has this Church Street. It's pretty gay. It's Church Street. Yeah, it's the gay village. But during Halloween and Pride and different events, they basically close off this big street downtown, and it turns into giant street parties all down the street. It is something you would definitely recommend. So they finally brought it back since pandemic, the street party, and us walking around with our AEW people. It was just a blast. So I'll have to post some photos, because you were all our costumes. We all looked really good, really, really good. The best reaction though was our boy Penta. Our buddy Tom, and this old woman, she was not old woman, but like older woman, was walking the street, and she saw him and like was shocked, and she comes up to him, and she's like, I don't watch a lot of wrestling now, but my father, he loves like luchador, and she's speaking in Spanish, and Penta, and she wanted to take a photo. We're like, absolutely take a photo. And then we're like, we watched Triple Mania, and she's like, oh my god, thank you, I'm gonna send it to him and show him. We're like, absolutely. And I was like, whoa, Penta is over. Yeah, it was great.
It was a great costume.
It was awesome.
He looked awesome.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal in our opening match. It starts out with Darby just charging at Jay Lethal because he's pissed off. He keeps getting beat up by him and his boys. It's a giant brawl. Satnam Singh is tall. He's standing around. Darby and Jay Lethal start brawling through the front of the crowd, and Lethal's just bullying him, like hitting him into the guardrails and stuff. There's then a German from Lethal on the apron to Darby, which looked pretty deadly, and then goes for the lethal injection where he does his handspring, but then gets countered into a beautiful looking sleeper hold from Darby, but eventually Lethal gets out of that. Darby decides, because Satnam keeps getting in the way, that he's going to do his running tope suicide con hilo thing, but as I said out loud, like, if he does that on him, he won't move. That won't make him budge. And that's exactly what happens. This was like...
This is the best thing Satnam Singh's done. He's just stood there.
This looks like
Darby bounce off of
Yeah, this looks like when we played pinball. Yeah. It was pretty impressive. He didn't move a muscle, and Darby just eats shit and bails. Man, this was great. No selling it. This is when eventually Darby somehow gets back into the ring, and he's still fighting at Lethal when a fake Sting shows up. It's not the real Sting because he's wearing like a fake Sting mask. Basically my costume for Halloween. And he attacks Darby Allin here and throws Darby back in the ring to welcome him with a lethal injection from Jay Lethal, who gets up the pin on Darby Allin. And I mean, it had some fun stuff in this match. I liked the attitude from the beginning of it.
I like the hot start, just both charging at each other. Darby's great with that. Most of his matches, like his grudge matches, start hot like this.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal isn't a character that interests me, but the guy can wrestle. I thought these two had a pretty fun match to open. But the highlight for me was definitely that suicide dive to
looked great.
To Satnam Singh.
Well, it's not over yet, because after this fake Sting, it's a beatdown on Darby, and they take off his mask to reveal the friend they teased, Cole Carter.
No way. Fuck, man. You should have seen our faces. 2 dimes? From the factory?
Dude, I watched this guy.
Friend?
I watched this guy, and
fantastic.
I didn't recognize him for a second. I'm so sorry to 2 dimes, but I was like, wait, who's this guy?
Oh, boy.
I thought it was like Darby's local childhood friend or something.
Tumbleweed. And it was a bit of a double, like a bit of a swerve here. I think a deliberate kind of come down for the main event that comes next.
Yeah, we started laughing and be like, holy shit. Us of all people can appreciate 2 dimes.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone knows the 2 dimes like we know 2 dimes, but we were just like, huh? Okay. Well, while all this is happening, and is it the real Sting that comes out? No, someone else comes out to save him. I don't know. What Darby fights back.
So then...
You don't remember?
No, real Sting comes out. No?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, real Sting then comes out. I'm looking at my... I don't know. This show is crazy. Yeah. All right. Notes. No reaction to Cole Carter.
Yeah.
Sting comes out. Then Jeff Jarrett comes out with the guitar. Was Sting there? Yeah, Sting was there. And then Jeff Jarrett. Was Jeff Jarrett there?
Jarrett.
That actually happened.
The last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett, enters the ring with a guitar. Darby Allin turns around, eats the guitar shot to the head.
He killed him. God. The blood was just pouring out the back of his head.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
I don't know if he bladed or what, but he was in a pool of blood.
No, I could see on the guitar blood from where it struck him. Crazy.
Holy man. I don't think Sting was there, says Dickie in the chat. We're delusional. So Jeff Jarrett attacks Darby, grabs a microphone, and starts cutting a promo here, and basically says he's declaring war on AEW and the AEW fan base, and you can all choke on that, slap nuts. And then My World hits, and I lost my mind. That theme still slaps. Yeah, My World. But what the hell?
So it's Jeff Jarrett, fucking Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Sanjay Dutt in a war against AEW.
So it's TNA versus AEW.
I guess.
Right. Wow, man. All right. So this can go two ways.
But it's old TNA. It's all guys who signed.
Old TNA.
AEW.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot to unpack here. We kind of fantasy booking now. Full Gear is Sting and Darby versus Jarrett and Lethal.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's something that will probably happen. The one thing is like Jeff Jarrett, again, one of the luckiest dudes in wrestling. Like, just keeps popping up everywhere he can.
I almost feel like it's grown inducing, and the beginning of this, starting with the Jay Lethal match, which granted I enjoyed, but still, starting with the Jay Lethal match to the Two Dime stuff, and then Jeff Jarrett.
Oh boy,
you're just like, what is this?
What is going on?
Show like it feels ridiculous, but there's almost this. It's Jeff Jarrett's gimmick now, right? Is he just shows up. So if there's a new company, he kind of has to. As long as Jeff Jarrett's alive, any new wrestling company that shows up, he's got to show up at least once. So I'm kind of like, yeah, get your flowers, Jeff. Do your AEW thing.
Like, the problem for me is, for someone who watched TNA when it happened, is like, now it's TNAing this place up. Instantly, you've reached that level. You did it with Jay Lethal, with Sanjay, but like, okay, now with Jeff Jarrett's here. Granted, he has like turned around and has had like a different run now. It seems like he's a different person, and his GCW Last Outlaw run, like, you looked at that being like, okay, that could like be something, and well, wouldn't you know it, here he is here.
Like, I feel if this is just to build to a match at Full Gear, and it's like a one and done kind of job, I'm into it.
Yeah.
It's if this is like, is this a new faction that's going to be running for the next few months with the firm and stuff? Like, if that's the case, I'm like, I don't really feel like I need Jeff Jarrett every week on TV. Thank you. Especially Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. But for a Full Gear, big, weird Sting Darby match, I think it could be fun.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm into that match, and then that's it. It instantly gave me Dan Lambert vibes.
Yeah,
he like took that role now. Like, I hate everything about AEW, and like Jeff Jarrett should have basically, I think, in a promo will eventually be like, you know, TNA was better. I had better ratings. No matter what you do, you'll never get as high ratings as I got. Just like go all TNA on it, definitely. Like, I guess, but after that, I don't really know if I want to see that. I mean, are we going to see Jeff Jarrett win the ROH championship? It is something that could happen.
He's not former ROH champion. No.
Exactly. So he's got to get that. He's like a 20-something time world champion or something, right? Wow. Yeah. My world. This was, I mean, I laughed.
Just bizarre. Like, again, the show gets weirder as well.
But you know what, Jeff? Like, get the bag, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this guy, I don't know. This guy always gets the bag. So, like, bless him. Like,
as I said, it's his gimmick now.
It's
fun.
He should form a faction with the Good Brothers.
they were bullet club.
Yeah, but like, you know, we try to not remember that part. Frank. I
don't think he was ever kicked out, was he?
Yeah, Frank in the Twitch. No, we looked it up one time. He was.
He was, all right.
Frank in the Twitch chat says it's the greatest stable of all time, as Dixieland and Planet Jarrett have now formed. So yeah, TNA running wild in AEW here. Crazy. We got Ring of Honor. We got ROH. Tony should just buy Impact at this point, right?
Yeah. Why not?
You got everyone.
No, it's going to distract him even more. No, you can't have that, because he won't like get rid of the titles. He'll just have more titles on AEW every week.
Frank's now trying to convince me that Cole Carter is Dixie Carter's son, but I won't believe you. Don't start this rumor, Frank, because I will believe you, actually. But yeah, a lot just happened, and that was the opening like segment of the show.
Yeah,
that match. And,
crazy.
Yeah, wow, just ridiculous. Wow. Well, we then go to Jon Moxley, who's fired up because he has a match tonight against Lee Moriarty, and he says it's a big night, probably the biggest in his career, and I don't want this Lee Moriarty that I've seen before. I want you to be mean tonight. I want you to get everything, reach down and be violent, because I ain't got time for anything else. So he is fired up.
Yeah, I kind of like how Mox referenced those initial promos, I think it was Danielson when he was putting the idea of people to be in the stable, and it was Yuta, Garcia, and Lee Moriarty. And I like how he's kind of like, you weren't violent enough. You're good, but you're not quite there. You're not quite Blackpool Combat Club level.
Yeah. What did MJF say? You're gonna gargle your own piss? Drink your own blood?
Yeah.
You got to do that to join the combat.
I might have on Monday. I don't know.
Whoa. We go to a video which we thought something was wrong with our feed. I mean, something was wrong with our feed, but then we saw delete the Elite, where we see videos of the Elite being deleted, like the videos of them winning the trios titles, them being removed.
It was done like on a video editor. So it was literally, dragging the clip from them winning the titles and then replacing with Death Triangle.
What could this mean?
So I assume that's the match against Death Triangle, but Death Triangle are falling apart as well. So
Death Triangle versus the Elite at Full Gear.
Yeah,
that kind of makes sense. I would see that happening for sure. This is them coming back.
Yeah,
I assume. Like, you tried to delete us, or is this Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy calling them out?
Fuck yeah, Jeff happened this year as well, didn't it?
You thought Jeff was going to show up on this show, didn't you?
The other Jeff did. At the end to challenge Samoa Joe. So the match finished. There were about 2 minutes left. I'm like, someone's coming out.
TN AEW is awesome.
Yeah.
I love this show. We go to Jon Moxley, who comes out with his epic entrance through the crowd. I love the look of William Regal managing Jon Moxley. It's
something about William Regal walking to Wild Thing.
It's good.
He's got a swagger, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's major league. Moxley versus Lee Moriarty, and Ethan Page joins commentary, and he's talking about how Lee Moriarty is pretty awesome. Lee eventually gets Mox shoulder first into the turnbuckle pad and the corner post, and then eventually throws him into the steps ringside as they go to picture-in-picture. We had the feed where they were still wrestling during picture-in-picture, and commentary were talking about Lee Moriarty's hair, which I definitely said before. It reminds me of Frank Ocean. I'm not sure if you know who that is, but his album cover looks exactly like it. When we come back, Lee does this like front hatch chancery suplex with a beautiful bridge for a near fall, and then tries to go at it with strikes for Moxley, who strikes back. But Lee brings some kicks and some elbows of his own, and eventually gets a back suplex on Moxley. But Moxley no-sells it, and then hits a huge back suplex onto him. But eventually, Moriarty comes back with his Border City stretch, which is pretty much like the Gargano escape. He eventually gets out of that, and then the elbows and the anvils from Moxley, and then the Jujikatami, the cross arm breaker, and Moriarty taps out instantly. So Mox beats Moriarty.
Yeah, pretty good match here, I thought. I thought some of the counters towards the end, especially into those like submissions, were really smooth and nice. It was nice. I feel like I haven't seen Moriarty in singles for a while,
for a long time.
Dynamite, and yeah, it was good. I also thought his elbows looked pretty nice at the back of the head. I wouldn't mind. It didn't reach the level of those Yuta Mox matches, the series of matches they had. But I wouldn't mind seeing something like that with Moriarty, like having a rematch down the line, and each time he gets a little closer on Mox. But yeah, not a bad match here.
Yeah. I didn't think it got to some of the levels we saw with those mix-ups with Garcia and Yuta, but we have seen him a while back when he first kind of came in here, and I still think this guy has big things coming for sure. I love the look that he has.
And I do like Mox winning in different ways as well. Yeah. Not just the Death Rider every match.
Yeah, getting over like some submissions and stuff. It's pretty cool. We go to Renee Paquette.
Oh, and sorry, Ethan Page being on commentary as well was kind of talking about MJF and how that he's basically saying he's lying and that he's going to use the diamond ring and he's just trying to fool people.
Which,
it felt it was keeping like Page in the mix with both MJF and Mox.
Right. Ethan, after the match, ran down and attacked Moxley as well. Right. So, yeah, no MJF on this show. But they were alluding to things like, MJF this, MJF that. So it is...
Well, he's selling the attack, right?
Fair enough. Right. Yeah, true. We go to Renee with our sit-down with Saraya and not Britt Baker, because Britt decided not to show up here. So Britt no-showed, and Saraya says Britt doesn't care about anyone or anything else other than herself, and she is scared of me. She says that I've built divisions everywhere that I went. I've just turned 30, and I've been wrestling 17 of those years, so I am like already done everything there is to do. And says, but when I saw the opportunity, I knew there was something special about AEW, this rebel company. So I had to come here. And, well, this is when Renee asks her the elephant in the room question. Where do you stand medically? Are you cleared to fight? And she says, well, I have been cleared and consoled by some doctors, but there's one more doctor I need to consult next week. Meaning the Dr. Britt Baker.
Yeah.
I think she lays out a challenge for Full Gear.
Yeah, I assume this is what it's setting up to. I haven't liked Saraya at all since she's come in. I feel she comes across very insincere, I think, in these promos. And when she's always talking about making the division better and stuff, it's like, well, what the fuck have you done recently? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's been a real disconnect. And I've liked Paige over the years, and I'm excited to see her wrestle again. But this whole return has just done absolutely nothing for me.
I feel like this could have been aired like the second week, like after her debut.
Yeah.
This is what you should have done to kind of do this.
Because it feels like, they've just got no story written. And they're still teasing on TV that, oh, is she cleared, is she not?
Yeah.
It's like, well, just get on with it. Like,
yeah, I feel like at least now they're going to set up to... I imagine she's just laying out the challenge.
Yeah.
I want to wrestle, and it's against you, Britt. So, like, cool, do it, and let's go to that match. But she definitely, like, comes... I like Paige. I
Me
was
too.
always a big fan of her, but I do feel like she's coming across very unlikable.
Yeah.
This, not so much in this one, but, like, still, like, basically, like, just... I've done this, and, oh, this other company, I decided to... Okay, like... Yeah. I bet the match could be good. I'm interested to see how she is. Obviously, I hope she is.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so will be interesting. But, yeah, I think the everything on paper sounds great. Like,
yeah,
Saraya coming back, wrestling again after her injury against Britt, one of the top stars there. Sounds awesome. Like a big women's match, which is not for one of the titles, on a pay-per-view. Sounds great. But it just hasn't connected at all.
We've been watching a lot of Paige Saraya because we do What's Next on the Patreon, and we're in 2013. She's the champ, inaugural champ, which she's had some pretty good matches. She used to be great. She used to be one of my favorites. We go to Lamar. Is it Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
So it looked like
Ravens.
everyone thought there was a fight in the crowd during the Moxley match, but then it turns out that the MVP from the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, is here, so it kind of cuts to him.
You could see in the during the match, I think it was while Mox was doing the stomps, he basically just waited because they were all kind of chanting MVP and stuff, and was like looking and was like, oh, okay, all right.
So this guy's just chilling ringside, having a good time.
Yeah.
He looked like he kept like smiling and then like, oh no, I don't want to be on camera. Oh no, stop.
Well, more when Jericho called him out.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. We go to Tony Schiavone backstage with William Regal after that Mox match, and Regal's talking about MJF and his chances against Moxley at Full Gear, and says, MJF, all the potential in the world won't help you on the pay-per-view, at the pay-per-view, because you say you're the devil yourself. Well, the real demon is Jon Moxley, which I really love that line. 'Cause, yeah, Moxley, I believe it. He looks like a demon.
Yeah.
Big old scary, handsome demon, but...
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm looking forward to the match a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's been built up really well.
Me too, definitely. We go to, are you ready for it? The Big Bad Daddy Ass Birthday Bash.
Oh, boy.
I added the Big Bad, but they could have added that too.
Big Bad Daddy Ass Birthday Bash, yeah.
Happy birthday, Daddy Ass. That's right. So, out come the tag team champs, the Acclaimed, and they're celebrating Daddy Ass's birthday, who's had his hands... attacked and taped up because he's been injured, so he can't scissor because Swerve basically kidnapped him.
He broke his fingers.
Man, it looked like it was like Heidenreich when he was up behind him, but it looked very scary. So the Acclaimed come out. Max Caster has a rap. basically says rhymes happy birthday daddy ass with something.
Did he kind of mess up the end? Because he was kind of doing his thing, and then it was like happy birthday or something. I felt like he messed up the end of the thing, but he managed to like pick it back up.
Yeah, if he
I
did,
think he missed a few words and then was like waiting. And
if he did, then he still managed to save it for sure, definitely. But I liked how he said that Swerve is gonna pay like Elon Musk. Bringing up Twitter stuff.
$8.
Should we get up next check marked?
Get verified.
We'll do it when we change the name.
I think Pollock's verified, isn't he? Is he going to be paying?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. He probably won't.
No.
To make a statement.
Yeah.
Right. But now,
John.
But now
you don't need to pay. You don't need a check mark, John.
Now we live in a world where anyone can be check marked.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
It just means you're verified.
So like
Elon Musk better personally verify everyone.
That's all right. $8?
He just keep popping up on my feed. It's kind of annoying.
Elon?
Yeah.
He should just run for president.
Him and fucking Glenn.
Who the fuck is Glenn?
Keep up Kane.
Oh.
They've been on my feed a lot this last week.
Elon Musk and Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be a tag team.
Both knobheads.
President and vice president right there.
God. Fuck, that's horrendous. That's what this world's coming to, though, isn't it?
Yeah, The Rock said he's not running. No, he says he's not doing it anymore.
He's not going to run?
He says, I was just joking.
Come on, Rock.
Yeah.
Do it for the people.
Who else do we have if we don't have The Rock? Like big, celebrity presidents. We don't have Elon Musk is like real life Iron Man.
Well, he's not American, is he?
Oh, right. I don't know.
So it's just Kane. Fuck.
You could be my
I don't like this world.
That guy is ridiculous. Used to love Kane.
Yeah.
Don't love Kane so much.
Some bad takes, Kane.
Bad take Kane.
Bad take Kane.
Remember when he did that storyline about Katie Vick?
Sorry, Tony Khan's just posted the graphic. Jeff Jarrett is all elite.
Nice. It's official. Jeff Jarrett is...
Oh, is that the image for the show?
No, the image is Jeff Jarrett, Shibata, Rick Ross. Oh, we haven't gotten there yet.
Oh,
we're getting
boy.
there, guys. Sorry. So it's the big bad booty daddy birthday bash, daddy ass bash, and we get to the ring.
Sorry, welcome to AEW Dynamite, to the new AEW Director of Business Development, Jeff Jarrett. He's got a fucking title as well. I look forward to expanding the AEW live events calendar in 2023 and in future years with Double J. Damn.
Okay, next month.
So they want to do house shows?
They're going to do house shows?
Well, he wants to do more live events.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
And Jeff Jarrett's in charge. That wasn't that his job in... This is the legit account. I'm sure I saw that as a joke earlier.
There's too many fake ones now.
Yeah, no, this one's legit. Fuck, man.
I'm talking my world.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that theme. So, anyways, there's a big dad. What is it? The dads who finger each other, daddies. What is it?
Big fingering daddies show. Birthday
scissoring
bash.
daddies. Sorry, we're all over the place now. This Jeff Jarrett news is shaking us to the core.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
It's a fever dream.
Yeah.
We go to the big booty daddy birthday bash. It's Bowens who says it's been hell of a ride. They're tag team champions. They couldn't have gotten here without the help of daddy ass. And he says that we've got a bunch of different presents for him, including, are you ready for it? Big Scissor Me Foam Fingers. Ooh. Now available at AEWshop.com. So there you go. Finally, I think the fans were asking for it for quite a while.
Yeah.
Since the scissoring started. So
this feels it's like 2 months late. Right?
It feels like it's a little late, but yeah. They got the foam fingers. And then they mention Sneaky Swerve and how he basically swipe or no swiping, attack the hands of daddy ass. And then Bowens mentions the DX reunion and says, we invited some people, but a few of them didn't show up, and
they were mad.
They were mad that you didn't show up at the reunion. Then they give him best daddy trophy.
Yeah,
right.
It's a best dad trophy, and then they've written
best daddy in the world trophy. They go through the crowd and look at all the best signs, and then take like these giant scissors. They're just having a good time, celebrating Daddy Ass's birthday. When they say they have one last gift, and it is adoption papers, because they want Daddy Ass to adopt them, and he stops and has to think about it. When the Gun Club come out, the Guns, was it Excalibur, who were like, and here comes the Guns, who are actually who are the sons of Daddy Ass by birth.
Yes.
Excalibur killing it. Oh my god, amazing.
It was so matter of fact, and just, it's like, if you're just tuning into this show,
these are his actual kids.
These are his actual kids.
By birth. Oh man. So the Guns are mad, which I literally turned to you and go, yo, wouldn't they be mad?
Well, they beat up their dad
a few times, yeah. So the Guns are mad, rightfully so, and they say, yo, we're your actual sons. Why weren't we invited to your birthday party? Like, what the hell? And Daddy Ass is like, okay, like, you can come in here. And, well, this was all a big ruse, as they are attacked from behind by Big Cass, and he big boots them, and then they all beat down on the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass when FTR's music hits, which is still a banger, and out come FTR for the save, and then they scare away the baddies, but then FTR pick up the AEW tag titles and slowly look at it and hand it over to the Acclaimed. As commentary mentioned, this is, hey, we'll see you down the line.
Yeah,
soon.
we know we can't be next, but we're coming for you.
Yeah.
We see ya.
So yeah, a bit of a very WWE-esque, like, style.
Sports entertainment, but I thought it was done pretty well.
I liked it.
I was unsure at first and
Me
a little
too.
like, oh god, where's this going?
Yeah.
And then the adoption papers bit really won me over.
Yeah.
But I had this feeling, because it was going the way it was going, it almost felt Festival of Friendship-esque, and I was like, fuck, are the Acclaimed gonna
Me too.
boot this guy in the face or something?
Yeah.
Be like, you're dead weight? I was like, no, you can't do that. But I definitely got that, like, tease just from the setup.
I was thinking it.
This is a ridiculous story, but I think it's working and it's pretty fun. This was one of my more favorite bits on the show, actually.
I mean, like, these guys are just over, man. It's so funny. Like, you went to Grand Slam, and every one of you guys got the Scissor Me Daddy shirts.
Oh, yeah.
The pink one, like the black one, and then the pink writing. And you got me one, and I've worn it a few times, and I'll tell you, it gets looks. It gets
does.
some it's a conversation starter, and people are like, wait, what is that? And it's like, oh, it's a wrestling thing. It's, you're supposed to scissor, and they're like, that's amazing. So everyone loves to scissor, and everyone loves the Acclaimed. But yeah, I assume the Acclaimed, is it officially announced? I can't remember, but Wikipedia says it's true, so it must be true that Full Gear is Swerve in Our Glory.
Yes, that's
Acclaimed.
Full Gear.
Okay, so that's the rubber match, and then we'll see the FTR.
And then we've got FTR
down the line.
and a Gun Club challenging them for like the ROH or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Right.
Because they're kind of feuding right now, right?
Right.
And then that will be basically setting up Acclaim's next opponent.
So do you think FTR are on the pay-per-view?
I mean, maybe the Gun Club match.
Really?
Feels a bit weak, but that's the only feud they got going right now.
Well, next week on Dynamite, it's announced the Acclaimed and FTR team up to take on Swerve in Our Glory and Billy and Austin Gunn.
That's right, yeah.
So.
That Swerve confirms that.
Sorry, not Billy and Austin Gunn. Swerve in Our Glory and the Gun Club.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
8-man.
Yeah. Well, then we go to Britt Baker, which we all went, what? And she says, well, I'm here with my interviewer, Tony Schiavone. Nice callback. She says that this is my interview on my time on my show, and she's had it up to here with all these different conspiracies and Saraya this, Saraya that. When Jamie Hayter says, yo, I don't care about all this, I just want to wrestle. And Britt says, yeah, me too. So, I guess referring to Tony Khan, find us a tag team for Rampage.
All right.
So, yeah. So, I mean, Britt Baker clearly sounds like she's trying to not play scared of Saraya, kind of calling her out next week. So,
but also, I kind of liked how she would have felt kind of maybe ganged up on by Renee and Saraya.
Right.
Like, she kind of knew, like, no, that's not going to be a fair interview. You're best friends. Why am I going to go into that?
That's fair.
So I kind of liked her justification of, no, if I'm going to talk, and I'm going to talk with Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, who do you think they're facing? FTR?
Gun Club? I don't know. Just to enhancement talent?
Rio and someone.
True. Okay. Yeah, you could make it a cool match. I've been liking Hayter's matches, which leads us into chat about them announcing Jamie Hayter will face Tony Storm at the pay-per-view, which is pretty sweet. We'll get into the video, I guess.
And
later,
commentary kind of bring up like, is it Taz who's like, yo, the fans are like really behind Jamie right now. She's like on a hot streak, so this isn't the best time for Tony with Jamie facing because she's kind of hot right now.
We go to the Ocho, Chris Jericho, the Ring of Honor champion. He comes down with the Jericho Appreciation Society, and it's time for him to face a former Ring of Honor champion. Not Ring of Honor world champion, just a Ring of Honor
champion. He clarifies. He's like women's champion, TV champion, pure champion.
He does just that. He says, I'm looking for a fight. I'm the Ocho. It's Ring of Jericho. I call out any former champion from Ring of Honor. It doesn't matter. Tag champion, world champion, TV champion, even women's champion. Hell, I'd even kick Lamar Jackson's ass right now. And the crowd loses it. And it cuts to him. And that's when he's like, oh, stop it.
It feels like, I don't know, when you go to a pantomime or like any show that's like audience involvement or a stand-up comedy and they like pick on you and some people are like really into it and like give it to me. Other people are like, oh no, they're coming over to me, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
But don't be famous and sit in the front row then.
Maybe they put him there, I don't know.
Yeah,
poor guy's like, I'm gonna buy a ticket.
He definitely didn't see, and Jericho just always like, I see him there.
Yeah,
I don't know, could use it, could not
start some shit.
Yeah.
Shit went down. Well, Jericho is not going to face Lamar Jackson. And instead, the person who enters this open challenge, boom, boom, Colt Cabana. Yeah. Colt Cabana returns to AEW television.
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah. I think this is a big statement. Having the... you've had Hangman in a title picture, you've had the Elite featured on TV again, and now this. Like this gets me to that point with Punk and all the stuff about Colt Cabana, and him saying people spreading leaks about this. Dude, we're not fucking dumb. It doesn't take a rocket science to see, CM Punk showed up and Colt Cabana went away. And now CM Punk's gone and Colt Cabana's back. You don't need the Young Bucks to speak to Meltzer for me to put 2 and 2 together there.
Yeah, really, really strange. I mean, this could be a first kind of step to basically, really learning and confirming that Punk is no longer.
It feels like Punk's done.
It feels like he's done from this. So, I mean, what is his contract going to get the buyout? Is he going to wrestle again? Is he ever going to wrestle again?
Yeah.
Is he going to speak? Is he going to do... he's not going to go on Colt's podcast again, but he's going to go on someone's podcast. It won't be Jericho's either, by the sounds of things. But, I mean, he's got to air out some things. I would imagine... I'm not saying this guy's going to apologize to his fans, but, dude kind of needs to fix some things. Just as, a professional, you were...
I don't see it. He seemed like he changed, and he really... hasn't. And I think the difference is this time. I think last time people kind of understood, they were frustrated with. I mean, how long have we started this show by talking about how we're starting to enjoy WWE again,
right?
But how long have we been frustrated by this product? So we get it, and we saw it, and it was he should be in a big match he should be in a main event or whatever. This time round, it's no, you've got everything. You've got everything you wanted. Why are you throwing it away?
Yeah, why
be an adult,
petty?
even if you do have these issues. Why blow everything up?
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely.
I work with people I don't like sometimes. You suck it up. You do your job.
Yeah, very, very interesting. And if that's the case, then it seems like, with Colt Cabana being here on TV, with the Elite coming back, you do imagine that the ties are being severed with AEW and CM Punk. So, we're talking about the Great Muta showing up in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Punk.
CM Punk returning to WWE. I bet it's gonna happen. I don't think Triple H wouldn't go after that deal.
No, it's what has the wrestling bug being like stamped out of Punk now. Like,
why? He stamped it out. Like, as a fan, you made me not interested in watching you.
I agree. Like, I agree.
That's
but
how I feel.
Is it like he's still dealing with an injury right now, isn't he?
Sure.
Like, I don't know. I don't understand that guy.
Look. I love it.
I just know he's one of the most stubborn people there are.
It seems that way, right? As a fan, if someone who loves this stuff, we all love to be entertained by this stuff. However, it is, superheroes in real life form. These are real people playing characters, but they go out there and do all this stuff. But the fact that this guy like basically goes out there and says a lot of these things to real people, to outing people and saying kind of really hurtful things, to definitely like going, talking about Colt Cabana and his mom and his bank account. Yeah. Like, did you really need to do that stuff while you're eating muffins and stuff? Yeah. It's very sour to me. Like,
and just unprofessional. Like,
very unprofessional.
The company, you are the champion.
Yeah, and like wrestling, it's never say never. So like for me as the fan, like for me as just like the fan, like I wish he would literally, like, probably in a private setting, apologize to these people. We don't know the full story. We don't know what escalated and all that stuff. Again, we're waiting for the tales of the territory, the dark side, until we hear it from the horse's fucking mouth. Like, I'm not, like, that's it. Like, we don't know. We hung out with people. Some people are like, oh, it's still a work. Absolutely not. No. This is not. Like, this would be the stupidest work ever, to get people to absolutely hate CM Punk, which he turned around this past year and had an incredible year and came back and everything. And just to kind of throw that all away, and now it seems that as if like he is furthering away from AEW, which is just a shame. Like, can you all just work out something and like just make money together?
You just, as a fan, you're like, oh man, all these matches we could have had.
Yeah.
And I wish they just managed to get them while they had the time.
Yeah, it just really feels like, why can't we work things out? Why can't you just actually be an adult and make money together and make entertainment and what this whole thing about? Instead, you just making it about yourself. It does seem that way, and that's just coming from me, just another fan. So a lot of fans see it that way. I'm sure there's Punk supporters and do the right thing, like, cool, like that's how you feel. But I just like, dude, it's not even a elite versus Punk thing. It's just this guy was a prick thing. Like, it doesn't even have anything to do with them really, how I see it, because he just comes across that way. And now seeing Colt Cabana on TV, it's like, okay, will Punk go to WWE now, or is he done? Is he done? Like, it felt like a middle finger, didn't it? It did. It's like, okay, cool.
But like, good for Colt as well. Like that, I'm not a huge Colt Cabana fan or anything.
Me neither.
But like, the guy coming out here
love his podcast,
emotional. He clearly loves what he does, and this must suck. You came into this company towards the beginning with a lot of your friends, and then suddenly this guy who you've been through some real shit with over the last few years comes back, and you've essentially lost your job.
Yeah.
I mean, still getting paid, I'm sure, but like, it must suck. So I think it's kind of nice him coming back. He not in his Dark Order gear either.
Just classic boom Colt Cabana. Yeah. So Colt Cabana comes out here, and Jericho is shocked. There wasn't a huge reaction. I felt like it was a delayed reaction because the crowd realized, right, wait, what? So definite kind of the same reaction from us at home, like, oh, whoa, wait a second. So Jericho acts a bit shocked and like, wait, what are you doing here? And these two start to go at it. Colt keeps getting the upper hand of Jericho, but he's got his minions, the Jericho Appreciation Society, ringside. So when we go into commercial break, it's Jericho beating up on Colt Cabana because of Jake Hager and all them around. When we come back, Colt gets a few near falls on Jericho and then tries for the Billy Goats, but Jericho goes for the walls, which commentary are mentioning are very similar moves, which then Colt gets to his feet and does his boom boom punches, and then does in fact put Jericho in the Billy Goats curse here, the inverted walls of Jericho. I love this move. I used to do it on my cousins when I was younger, and then because I didn't never knew what it was called though. It's like
Billy Goats curse.
Yeah,
right? I've always been like, oh, the weird.
It's like the inverted one. Yeah, it looks cool. Eventually, Jericho does get out of that, and then a move we haven't seen in a while, the Superman, where Colt runs and dives and gets his legs over you to trap you for a cover with a great near fall with Jake Hager basically pulling Jericho to break it up here with the ref not seeing. this distraction causes the ref to look over there and tries to get Hager out of there when there's a code breaker from Jericho. 1, 2, 3. Jericho, was it even for the Ring of Honor title?
Yep.
Sure. Retains the title against Colt Cabana here. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty fun, actually. I thought they did well, kind of, giving Colt that hope spot. Colt normally wrestles the comedy style, and I kind of liked for this, it felt like a big, important match to him. He kind of worked more serious. I thought it was pretty fun and just an interesting talking point, obviously, with everything that's gone on recently.
Yeah, I really love that Superman spot. It was pretty funny. After the match, Jericho and his boys run up the ramp, and then they go to attack Ian Riccaboni, who was calling the match. The Ring of Honor commentator. Love me some Ian Riccaboni. They go to beat him up when he's saved by Claudio Danielson. The whole gang come out for the save here. So the blood feud between the two dojos. It's Cobra Kai all over.
It is.
Bullet Club? Combat Club.
I'm still curious what the match is. I assume, what are we... Danielson, Garcia, and Claudio Jericho?
Yeah, what are the matches?
At the pay-per-view, I don't know.
Another Anarchy Arena match? What are we doing?
I hope they kind of wrap this up soon. I feel this has been going on a really long time.
Yeah, what would you book? I think we literally talked about this last week.
After last week, it feels like Claudio is... That's who Jericho was taking shots at on commentary. No, on the mic, wasn't it?
Right.
So, I feel Claudio,
Jericho.
What is Danielson doing?
Garcia
then. Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I guess. This feud does feel like it's just every week for the past few... It's been months now.
Well, it feels like the Eddie Kingston feud still feels part of this, because that bled into this, right, with the Anarchy and the Arena match. So it feels like it's been since the Eddie match, which was what? Revolution?
Ridiculous. Yeah, I have no idea.
February?
Yeah,
no.
It feels like it's a long time. It's so long ago, man.
Yeah.
It's way before the summer, so... Yeah, wild. We go to our next match, which is the All-Atlantic Championship match.
Yeah, Revolution, sorry.
Triple threat match. It is the champion, Orange Cassidy, taking on Luchasaurus and Rey Fenix. And Orange Cassidy makes his entrance with his championship in his backpack.
Yep.
I love it because he's lazy, doesn't like carrying things. Totally get it. Love
Suits
it.
him.
Yeah, definitely. We have Rey Fenix kicking off this match with Rey Fenix doing Rey Fenix things, which means incredible feats of...
Yeah, both Orange and Phoenix managed to get Luchasaurus out the match. So it was cool. We'd have seen these two mix up in trios, I think, but it was cool seeing Orange match up with Phoenix here.
Yeah, I mean Orange Cassidy obviously with the gimmick, but lucha trained. He's one of the best lucha wrestlers, definitely. And him and Rey Fenix are going at it here. In fact, he hits Rey Fenix with this crazy satellite spinning DDT for a near fall. Luchasaurus gets back in and starts beating up both of them. They then both tope onto Luchasaurus. He's supposed to catch them, but he kind of doesn't. Eventually chokeslams Rey Fenix through a table, which looks huge, deadly, crashing him through there. Lucha and Orange go up the ramp and they're starting to brawl, and it looks like Luchasaurus is going to chokeslam Orange off the ramp through some tables, but he headbutts Orange Cassidy, sets up for the chokeslam, but Jungle Boy shows up and attacks him and then does this running dive it
was like a running crossbody. This was great.
Onto Luchasaurus, flying off the stage through some tables here, taking Luchasaurus out of the match as Christian
Great spot.
Yeah, Christian was right there, super pissed. When we go back to the ring, it's Orange and Rey Fenix, and they're doing more lucha stuff. When Pac comes down and gives the hammer to Rey Fenix, and this is when Rey Fenix says, "No, I'm not going to do this." So he goes in the ring and throws the hammer away and ends up countering the Orange Punch, but then goes for a spinning pop-up move and gets Orange punched right in the face in mid-air.
Incredible.
Crazy finish, and Orange picks up the win to retain the championship.
Yeah, really fun match. Loved the stuff with... I think they gave everyone something. I enjoyed Phoenix and Orange at the beginning. Luchasaurus had a really great kind of just clearing the ring and just dominating everyone. Loved the Jungle Boy interference. And yeah, the orange punch out of nowhere kind of at the end there was fun.
Yeah, I glazed over a Ray Phoenix promo earlier
with
where
Pac kind of setting up.
He's hey, take this hammer.
It'll be your friend.
What a give! Like, why of all things, this is the one weapon he found in this world that works.
Probably kill you.
A hammer.
A hammer to the skull. Like, no, I'm good, mate. I'll just do a head scissors. You know.
Yeah. It's just classic. Like this, they're supposed to be a babyface team, but there's this match going on. Pac literally comes out and says, "Stop. Hammer time. Take this hammer. Use this." And Ray's like, "Yo, why are we using hammers? What's going on? Stop it."
Weird.
Yeah. So I guess the dissension of these three will continue. I mean, we watched NXT last night, and Nikita Lyons costed Zoe the match by basically saying, don't beat her up too bad. And then she lost. Same thing happened here. So, yeah. Exactly. Someone in the Twitch chat's making hammer jokes that I definitely was trying to avoid just because of some news in the world these days. But yes, I'm aware. We go to actually I didn't mind this match. It kind of had a little bit of everything. Like I said, a lot of the lucha stuff with the two of them completely, and then furthering the feud of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Well, and then this crazy post match.
Yeah, as Ray Phoenix is leaving the ring, as Orange Cassidy is celebrating, Pac comes in and attacks Ray Phoenix with the hammer and starts beating him up when Shibata's music hits. That's right, the fucking takeover. This theme is amazing. He comes out with the best friends. Yeah, that's right. Shibata is here. He comes down to the ring and stands face to face. And, well, yeah, the dream match taking place this Friday in Atlantic City is Shibata versus Orange Cassidy.
It's everyone that comes from Japan just becomes mates with the best friends, don't they? I'm sure, Okada's with the best friends, isn't he? And because they're chaos, I guess. But this was I don't think anyone would have called this happening.
His music hit, and I froze. I was like, what?
So Shibata, Orange Cassidy on Friday. Yeah, really cool. Really cool.
Yeah.
Just nuts. Just adding more to the absolute bonkersness. Is that a word? Bonkersness?
That's what this is.
But
him showing up
this
here.
show was bonkersness.
This is crazy. Why the hell?
I can just say bonkers. The show is bonkers.
It was. Shibata showing up definitely got a reaction from me. I work Friday night, but now, late Friday, early Saturday.
I'll watch this in the morning.
I'm going to have to watch SmackDown, too.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch Rampage.
Fuck, man.
Look at us. We're turncoats. We're hypocrites. We literally said we wouldn't watch Rampage.
We like what we like. Hey.
We like Shibata.
We're not going to blindly just watch your product because it's on every week.
Yeah.
This one we kind of have to. But Rampage, no. Make us watch it, Tony.
Tony Khan literally heard everyone.
I'm not going to see. I'm not paying.
You going?
Nah.
Get a flight. To Atlantic City. I heard it's beautiful.
I'm sure it is.
Heard it's great.
Yeah, I'll go.
This sounds great. Do you think we see Shibata at Full Gear? Probably not. Right? This is a one-off.
I have no idea.
It's so bizarre, man. It's so crazy.
He's not doing anything.
He's not even been wrestling. So is this match going to be more so comedy kind of stuff and not so much like actual? Or is Shibata winning the All-Atlantic title?
We saw what happened last time.
What happened last time?
It was okay, this is just going to be an exhibition match. And
he's
nah, I'm fucking punch me in the head.
That's how. We kind of talked off the top. But
yeah.
He's probably well, this is AEW. I can do whatever I want here.
I can do whatever.
So Orange,
said he's seen Soraya's doctor.
This is wild, man. Shibata is here. I have to find it, but I remixed Shibata's theme into a trap beat. I should find it somehow, some way. But I love his theme as well. But this was just crazy. And then, not to be outdone, AEW goes from one segment featuring is it Katsuyori Shibata to the rapper Rick Ross. This show is on crack, man. What the fuck? Okay, we just went to Shibata showing up on Dynamite. Then we go to backstage and Rick Ross is hanging out with Swerve. Yeah. Drinking bottles, popping bottles. Holy shit. Oh,
yeah,
Rick Ross.
This show is absolutely bonkers.
Ricky Rose. I want to see
Shivani with the biggest smile on his face as well. Big
Rick Ross fan.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone.
No, he went back and was like, "I'm giddy, guys."
Tony Schiavone just jet skiing, fucking listening to "Push It" by Rick Ross. Yo, I actually do love Rick Ross. Used to love listening. What's your favorite Rick Ross song?
Oh, that first one he did.
Yeah, which one was that again?
I don't know. He looked fun.
He did, doesn't he? He did. He's lost a lot of weight in the past. I know he's been looking good for a while, but good for Rick Ross. This is the content I want to see. Rick Ross hanging out with Swerve. They're celebrating like they're best friends here. They look like they really know each other. They're hanging out here. And Keith Lee shows up, and he's basically like, "Oh, hey, Rick Ross. It's nice to see you." And they start chatting. But Keith Lee is concerned about what Swerve did on Friday.
All his cheating.
Like, does Rick Ross not watch the show, or is Rick Ross just now one of the best heel managers in wrestling? Because basically Swerve kidnapped a man and broke his fingers.
Yeah.
So Rick Ross is okay with that. I mean, Rick Ross has rapped about worse things, so I mean, it's possible he's okay with this. But he's like, "Yo, Keith Lee, chill out, dog," and like starts pouring like
they had
bubbly and shit.
rosé champagne.
Yeah, rosé. Ricky Rosé, of course it was rosé. So. Yeah, the boss is here, Rick Ross.
Love it.
Fuck, this is crazy. I don't understand why any of this is. Why is Shibata here? Why is Jeff Jarrett here? Why is Rick Ross here?
We're getting Shibata,
Jeff
Jarrett.
Shibata, Jeff Jarrett, and Rick Ross in a stable.
Need to just like an elimination chamber of all the returns today. Be great. Jeff Jarrett, Colt Cabana, 2 Dimes. Rick Ross, Shibata, who's and Will Hobbs, I guess.
This is the best appearances. This is the craziest appearances in a row on one episode of Dynamite. Like, nothing's topping this. Shibata, Jeff Jarrett, and Rick Ross just alone, and Colt Cabana returning. Like, that's insane. Nothing's ever going to top that. Like, ridiculous. That's crazy. Rick Ross, I can't wait. I hope they use him more. He seemed actually really good in this.
He sounded great.
Like, he looked like a Batman villain. Like, he was like, I like this.
He looked very natural. He was having a great time.
This is awesome. I hope he's part of Full Gear. He's not. I don't think he's. He's not part of New York East Side. He's Miami.
I mean, can you do Rick Ross and Swerve versus Hook and
Action. Who's the other guy? Kevin Gates. Let's get him in.
Oh, now we're talking 6-man. Right?
Oh my God! Action Bronson and Hook versus Swerve and Rick Ross.
Yeah.
The internet would lose its mind. I'm loving this. I'm in on whatever they're doing with Rick Ross.
Funny.
Not only just because big fan, but also like I thought he came across really good. He wasn't just like the Kevin, like no disrespect to that Kevin Gates segment, because I actually thought that got them a lot of traction online, but it wasn't just like, oh hey, I'm here, and then the guy tries to fight you. It was like he was like in it.
Oh yeah,
in it. Like he was
for
like
sure.
Arm around the shoulder, like talking, and just felt really comfortable. So I want to see more of Ricky Rose. I
know I listened to Swerve on, I think it was Renee's, and he was just talking about trying to cross the world more. And
yeah, he's
basically, I know a lot of people.
It works, man. Like this will bring more people to watch the show, because these kinds of things will go all over my feed tomorrow. Yep. All the hip hop stuff I follow. So definitely. So yeah, I just can't believe we went from Shibata to Rick Ross. This show is
it's been
nuts. We then go to a great segment to follow this up with. Great segment. Imagine someone called their friend. Do people still call people? Yo, you got to turn on Dynamite. Look, Rick Ross is on TV. Hold on. Grab him.
Oh, God,
get my TV. And then you turn it on, and then it's Vicky Guerrero and Jade.
Boy.
Yeah. We go to this segment. It is Jade versus Marina Shafir for the TBS Championship. But before the match can even really kick off, Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose show up on the entrance ramp, and they say that they're going to do commentary for this match, but they use the microphones and just start talking.
This was horrible.
And I mean, Vicky's voice is already nails on a chalkboard, and then you have Nyla just yelling, And then Vicky eating chips. They're talking about chips. They're just talking like bullshit to kind of distract Jade, who gets pissed, eventually walks up the ramp, but then doesn't realize she's about to be counted out. She makes it on the count, hits a pump kick, hits the Jaded, and this match ended. And I was so happy. And it wasn't to do with anything with Jade and Marina Shafir. You don't know me.
Yeah, I felt bad for them because I wanted to. This was the only women's match on the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt bad for them. I kind of wanted to see the match. Not saying it's the biggest draw on the show, but like this was totally distracting. And they were doing the split screen thing. This was nothing. This was all you gave the women tonight. I thought this was pretty shit, and just not. Like, Nyla and Vicky were like, I will go out and improvise, and didn't have a clue what they were going to say. And it was just embarrassing. Really embarrassing.
Yeah, one of the worst segments, man. I have no issue with... I think Nyla Rose is funny.
She can be. Yeah. She has good one-liners sometimes.
Nyla Rose is hilarious, especially on social media. And she's just ruthless sometimes. I love it. And I think they could be building to a pretty good match between Nyla and Jade. But the things they've been doing have just not been doing anyone any favors. It makes Jade look weaker than she should be appearing. It's just
the storyline itself, just the stealing the title. It's
sucks.
So lazy.
Yeah, it sucks.
I hate stealing title stories. It's just always like, well, it's not yours. You ain't the champion.
Yeah, just the story.
It's just annoying.
It was so annoying.
I just found it so lazy, and this itself was just horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Really annoying. Just so annoying. I get that's Vicky's gimmick, but come on, please. After seeing Rick Ross, I was in such a good mood, and then just dropped down really quickly. It picked back up though because we got a vignette for the House of Black, and yes, it's right. Malachi Black is still in AEW. And here's this very scary, spooky vignette featuring the House of Black. Julia Black, basically Julia Black. Julia Hart, basically a witch here.
She's burying them all, but like a ritual, covering the faces up. And
was
stuff.
It just Malachi and Brody? I don't know if...
I thought I saw Buddy.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if he was there or not.
I think Buddy was there.
We hear a voice talking. What has become of us? Have you all abandoned your faith this quickly? Burning at the stakes so soon, singing like children to this new world, but afraid to abandon it. Some cool spooky stuff. I know Halloween was this week, but still in my spooky spirits with this stuff. I like the way this was shot. Very, very cool. Very basic, but also I'm sure has little intricate things.
Yeah, I'm sure this is one of those things like the detectives can break it down a bit more and stuff. I think I saw this on Malachi Black's. On one of theirs.
They all posted it.
They posted it the other day, and this more of a extended version, I think. But interesting because these were are these guys who had issues with Punk as well.
Oh man, see, there was a dream match we wanted. The tattoo guys who sit down.
Yeah,
and we never got it. Malachi versus Punk.
So many matches.
This is cool. If they're coming back, then easily don't fuck this up, Tony. You had your chance. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
This is an act that I think will eventually get over really hot.
It's time
honestly.
to elevate more. I mean, especially I guess the Elite coming back. That's the idea. You're kind of already doing the breakup of Death Triangle. That can be what costs them. The Elite win it. These are your first big challenges.
Yeah.
So have a bit of fun with trios and then get Kenny into serious singles shit.
Get Kenny into some serious stuff. Get Malachi into some serious stuff. I mean, a one-on-one match between those two is money. That's a pay-per-view match right there. But having House of Black, I think, will be a huge plus to AEW. And they didn't utilize it when really I think it's something that could be a big, hot act. So super excited that they're coming back. I'm not sure. I didn't see Buddy in the video, but I don't want to say I did or didn't. I didn't.
I saw him at the beginning, but maybe. But
not. He also on his socials he has posted this video.
Okay, I'm pretty sure he was there.
Yeah, it's just he's the one guy without tattoos.
Yeah.
In the group, it's funny. Wait, I mean Julia too. No, it's just when he stands with them, it's the tattoo. I love this act, and I want them to be big things here. we get the video for Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter, and we see a story on their friendship. It is kind of been noted in the past that these two kind of trained together, lived together, roommates, all that stuff.
Yeah, lived together during the pandemic, they were saying.
Yeah, and wrestled in places way before, like Stardom and some places overseas and stuff. So they have been friends and known each other for quite a while. But Toni says when she showed up here in AEW, Jamie acted like she didn't even know me. She had completely changed, and she's a changed person. She's acting like a big deal. And Jamie says, I didn't change. You've changed.
You did.
Basically saying, like, yeah, you've become the star. You think you're the big deal. So they'll collide. Friends will collide this, not this Sunday, in a few weeks at Full Gear, which, yeah, the crowd has been super hot behind Hayter. Why not? I'm also like, poor Toni here, because she's about to get booed, but she's been on a good run, too.
She has been, and I think both were quite a good physical style. I think it will be... we've seen the match on TV already, haven't we? But, like...
We've also seen... I'm pretty sure we've watched a former... Or maybe... Not Progress. Fuck, they've definitely wrestled before, but yeah.
They've had TV matches as well. So, but this is on a bigger stage, hopefully a bit more time. I think these two could put on something really good.
Yeah, out of like the different picks you could have went with, like, why not strike while this is hot? Hey, even if Hayter loses in this match, which I don't think it's her time yet, but. Hey, why not at the same time?
I think it is. I think you could.
Because it's still interim, right?
It is, yeah. Whether we're going to see Thunder Rosa come back or not, it could be something that when Jamie wins it, they could drop that word if you think Thunder is on the way out. But yeah, I think it's interesting the title being on her, because then it really tests the friendship with Britt, right? How will Britt be reacting to Jamie, her number 2, kind of being the champion?
The champion.
So I think that is the bigger story.
Yeah, fair enough. I think Jamie eventually will be the champion, but I think Toni will retain. But I am looking forward to this match. Great. I like when they announce pay-per-view matches.
Yeah.
Way before the pay-per-view. It's so good.
It's something they've clearly learned this time.
You have to.
They've announced, like, they didn't beat around the bush with MJF Mox. That's the match. This is the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2 weeks away, right? Yeah.
A few. Really? Damn, they better announce some more things. We go to our main event. It is what title is this?
ROH television title.
Sure.
Jesus.
Yeah. I felt like every person came out with a title on this show.
Yeah, this every week we're having like 4 or 5 titles being defended.
AAA title.
Only like a third of the titles.
New Japan this title.
This
Noah title.
Company, yeah.
GCW title.
Crazy.
DDT title. They need all the titles.
And you were like, they should get TNA as well.
No, I'm saying Jeff Jarrett's going to win the Ring of Honor.
All right.
He should win this title. Face Joe in a TNA rematch. Good shit, pal. Brian Cage challenging the ROH TV champion Samoa Joe in the main event here. These two big lads. This is big lads wrestling, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
We have...
commentary kind of saying, like, we don't have weight classes here, but this is a heavyweight match right now.
They start comparing. They say they have 2 Big Mac trucks, and then Taz says he's some sort of other truck, and then they all start discussing different types of trucks as they all start to giggle here. It felt like I'm watching Dark or Botchamania clips with them all giggling about joking each other. Eventually, Cage is in control and hits a huge German suplex on the bigger Samoa Joe here. Eventually puts him in like a chin lock and then a headlock. Kind of getting the crowd out of it a little bit, but then finally coming back. He sends Joe to the outside.
I think we did have the fight.
Oh, fair enough. Well, yeah, true. It was probably during the commercial break. Paige eventually, when we come back, though, sends Joe to the outside and then hits a huge Tope Con Hilo. And again, Cage is a massive guy, so he's just flying here. He comes in and hits Joe fights back with the power slam for a near fall. Cage kicks out and then starts to fight back. Cage reminds me of when I was like 14 playing, I don't know, like Just Bring It or Here Comes the Pain, and I'd make myself super in Creative Wrestler, super jacked, and then give him all the moves
and high flying moves as well.
And I think that, right? And then the guy does the 619, and I'm like, okay, you literally are doing all that. Do you need to do that move?
619. He's like, I'll give him an F5. I'll give him a angle slam.
Triple power bombs.
Give him a power bomb.
Oh, what about the twisting senton corkscrew thing? Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, that one too.
I mean, fair play. Like, it's impressive, but it is It is ridiculous.
You're just doing everyone else's moves.
Yeah.
Everything you're doing is everyone else's moves. He's great. I do like Brian Cage, and this match was banging. But I literally was thinking that, and then the dude hit a 619, and I was like, all right, come on.
Yeah, I do agree. He kind of could find some of his own stuff, because it does definitely feel like, you've just bought everyone's finisher.
Well, he does here, because he hits a move we don't see every day on Samoa Joe. Basically, it's a version of the Psycho Driver, where he flips you around and then flattens you.
Oh, the pump handle. Yeah.
He heard us. He's like, you want to see something new? All right.
This
fucking pancake.
Very cool.
Yeah, I don't know how he lifted Joe up there, but just crushing him there with that face buster, I jumped out of my seat, as did commentary. But Joe manages to kick out really slowly right before the 3. Cage keeps on the attack. Eventually, the Olympic Slam for a 2 count. Eventually goes for it. Looks like he's going for it again, but Joe counters it this time into the Coquina Clutch, and Brian Cage taps out. Joe retains the Ring of Honor TV title before the angle after. What'd you think?
I was in and out of it. I didn't think it was bad. I thought Cage did some cool stuff. I feel Joe just still... I don't feel Joe's done much so far.
Yeah.
Like, he's got this title, but I don't feel... Again, I think we're maybe beating around the bush a bit with some potential dream matches, if there are any left with Samoa Joe. To really see, okay, can you go on that big thing, on that big stage again against the dream opponent? Think, like, obviously the Punk match would be something we think we could see. But I don't know how much longer this guy's got left. I think he's... we thought he was done for a little bit in WWE. So I kind of do want to see him just, check off a Danielson match, check off a Kenny match when he's back, like all these big ones. But I did think this was on the better end of Samoa Joe matches. I do enjoy
for AEW,
yeah, I do enjoy Cage. I'm glad he's kind of going to be featured a bit more, because I do think he's impressive, and I think he's someone that when kind of non-fans switched on, they do notice this guy.
For sure,
he is
he's
exactly
huge.
What you said. This big guy doing every move.
Yeah, look, I don't think Samoa Mimosa Joe. Now listen here, Samoa. I don't think Samoa Joe has done too much while coming here. I think being here is a good thing. He's a good everything, whether it's commentary, whatever it is that he does. But obviously, I want to see him wrestle. But his matches so far hasn't hit really. But
again,
he's older.
It's
but
sort of this weird ROH thing where we're kind of just holding you until you can be one of the guys there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's.
But I didn't mind some of the stuff in this match. I got into it for sure. I know it was kind of joking about Cage doing all these moves, which he does do everyone else's moves, but he still is pretty good, and it is cool to kind of see him wrestling more often again, because I think he could be a bigger thing here. But after the match, the Gates of Agony, who I still don't know who they are, attack, and they all are beating down on Samoa Joe when Wardlow comes out for the save, and as they're all fighting and brawling, is it Wardlow who turns around and gets hit with the spine buster from Hobbs, rips off his shirt, screams at the camera as Dynamite goes off the air. But Hobbs making it clear he wants that TNT championship.
So, full gear, I imagine.
Yeah.
Wardlow, Hobbs. Sounds good. I think Hobbs has definitely been on a bit of a hot streak. Weird that he lost that feud with Ricky Starks, and Starks has kind of vanished to dark.
Both of them kind of vanished.
Yeah, so. but kind of Hobbs coming back with the hot thing, it's like, I feel like you would have wanted to capitalize on Starks, kind of soon after that Grand Slam win. But I'm all for this. I think Hobbs is someone I want to see go to that level. I'd maybe put the title on Hobbs,
Me too.
And you could always do that rubber match with Starks for the title, maybe.
Yeah.
And Wardlow, I don't know. I don't think this title run's lit the world on fire. I do find it weird what AEW does, where giving someone a title and then immediately put them in a tag team. We see that here with both Wardlow and Joe. We've seen it with Tony and Thunder Rosa. With Death Triangle and this All Atlantic Championship. It seems a bit weird. I feel these should be focusing on, if you're a singles champion.
Yeah.
Focus on the singles division.
Oh, totally.
It's just a little weird. But Yeah, I'm happy to see Hobbs back.
Yeah, happy to see Hobbs back. It was kind of weird that the Joe Wardlow match was the main event. I would have probably put I don't know, Shibata. You didn't know how to end the show, I guess.
Can end on Shibata.
I guess.
Yeah.
Hobbs coming out, I guess, is also
I thought Hobbs.
cool. Yeah.
He's an AEW
guy. Yeah,
right?
that makes
like
more
it's
sense.
A big angle.
Yeah, this whole episode was just nuts, man.
It was insane.
It was like, it had ups and downs. Was it the best episode ever? No, but it definitely felt like you said, like Royal Rumble or OVO Fest of just why is this person here now? Okay, wait, now this person's also here? Shibata, it just felt all over the place, but wow, this was like it's supposed to be like a Raw after Mania type thing.
It was.
I don't know what was going on with this episode,
Yeah.
but Rick Ross and Shibata in back-to-back segments, thumbs up from me. I don't know. You got me.
I'm going to try and include them all in the show image somehow.
It'll
be bad Photoshop, but I've got to have them all in. Right, let's go through it again. It was
2 dimes.
2 dimes.
Fake Sting, 2 dimes.
Jeff Jarrett.
Colt Cabana. Shibata.
And
Rick Ross. Hobbs, I guess, doesn't really. No, he's there anyway.
Wow, so the 5. Power 5.
I mean, you could probably leave 2 dimes out of that one if you want.
No, the Power 5.
Fab 5? Yeah. Oh, Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know who that was beforehand. Sorry, I watched Real Sports Wrestling. I pretended like I knew what the Ravens were.
Yeah.
Baltimore? Yeah, that's right. They're in Baltimore tonight. So, yeah, go team. It was a crazy night.
It was nuts.
Dynamite always delivers something, that's for sure. But, yeah, hats off to TK for that one. Whew, boy. Damn.
Yeah, I guess he's... I don't know, just... The Punk stuff's been getting to him and he just pressed random on his phone. Did phone roulette. And was and I've got Jeff Jarrett. All right.
Fuck, man. We got to download
He's fuck, what can I do with
Ross.
2 dimes? All right, have him leave the factory. All right, that'll get him.
But it's all a fake out for Jeff Jarrett.
Different spin wheels. He's got all the fucking factions and he's got this other spin wheel. And then he's and now Shibata. All right, Shibata's in the Trustbusters.
Before he does this, it's just, all right, what can I do here? Wrestling Mad Libs? What do we got here? All right, what? Give me
100%.
Give me a TNA former world champion. Okay, Jeff Jarrett, he's returning tonight. Give me a non-active New Japan wrestler that should be in a match this week. Okay, all right, got it. Give me a rapper that's not from Baltimore but Miami. Okay, Rick Ross.
Hey, Colt. How's it going? Yeah, no, I just lost your number. Why have you not been at work?
Yeah, sorry, I ghosted you.
Yeah, do you want to face Jericho tonight? Yeah. No, we're good.
Meanwhile, Lamar Jackson's just there's a wrestling show tonight. I wonder if I should buy a ticket and check this out. Walks in and they point him out and now he's put front row and he's and Jericho's yo, you want to fight? And
I don't even watch this stuff.
My bad. I thought this was Raw. Shit, sorry. Where's John Cena?
What is a Luchasaurus?
Man, wrestling is wild.
Yeah.
This is just crazy. Fire Frank in the chat says can't wait till Bodie Haywood shows up to be a fake Sting as well there.
Well, he can team with 2 dimes. Both got killed off from
NXT. Yeah, there's your new faction, NXT 2.0, refugees.
Yeah.
Oh man, this show is wild. God bless
Crazy
Tony Khan.
shit.
God bless AEW. I was gonna say rest in peace wrestling, but this is just the start of a new whole era. This is the craziest year.
Post-punk era of AEW.
Yeah. This is what this felt like. This felt like the real reset of this is what the world could be without CM Punk, Rick Ross, and Shibata. So wow, if this is what AEW is like, I guess count me in. Really, we're gonna be at full gear. We're gonna be in full gear. We're gonna be so excited. To watch some of the... I can't wait. We're going to see Jeff Jarrett wrestle live.
Yeah.
Have you... I don't think I've seen him wrestle live.
I don't think I've seen Jeff Jarrett live. You've been to a TNA show, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't know if he's on the show.
Yeah, I've got... Yeah. I'd have had no reason to see him live.
Sting... We've seen Sting live.
I've seen Sting, loads of times. Sting and Goldberg I've seen way more times than I have any
Sting Goldberg?
No, just Sting and Goldberg.
Okay, gotcha.
I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Damn. Yeah, full gear is going to be nuts. What else do you see being added to that?
So we've got Britt Saraya, I'd assume. Jamie...
Tony.
Eliminator
tournament. We didn't talk about the Eliminator tournament. Yeah, so they're doing that thing they did last year where the winner of it... Danielson was the one to win it last year. Basically, the winner of this gets a title shot.
I think
Winter is Coming?
I think it's Ethan Page.
Ethan Page winning the
Yeah.
tournament? Okay.
I think they're... Oh, it's at Winter is Coming? They confirmed that, did they?
The winner faces
the
champion.
Maybe that's not big enough. I thought it might be like just some TV. Yeah, just Ethan Page is already kind of inserted into that story. He's like the main guy to beat up MJF. He's like beating up Mox as well, who's on commentary today for Mox match. I think he's kind of aligning, and it could be a nice little push for him, but that doesn't feel, considering we had Danielson Hangman last year and what was it the year before? Kenny Mox. Yeah, probably not him then.
Yeah,
Kenny. I don't want to see Kenny in trios. Just get Kenny.
I want to see the trios. I want to see the return as the trios, sure. But you can easily put Kenny back in a main program. The unfortunate thing is MJF needs his run, so Kenny needs to... It's almost like Kenny needs CM Punk to come back to have that.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you go from... Like, does he attack Hangman?
Dog, just be like, can we just do this one match? And then you can fuck off.
Yeah. Either way, so far, the pay-per-view's looking good.
JS to lock Colt Cabana in his room.
Oh, my God. Yeah, sure. Either way, the pay-per-view's looking good.
Wait, we didn't see... Danielson... Is Danielson and Claudio still locked in the room?
No, they attacked Jericho and them.
They came out.
They
tonight?
saved Ian.
All right, Ian. Oh,
Shout
Rick Barney,
Ian.
that's right. Yeah,
he was in the show too.
Ian was on the show.
Wow, the show is crazy.
Yeah. Jeez.
The show's going to be crazy at Full Gear. It's even going to be crazier at the Post Wrestling 5-year anniversary live show in Newark, New Jersey. I hope to see some of you listeners there and all of our friends. It's going to be a wild weekend in Newark. The many saints of Newark. John, Wade, Davie, and Braden. The many saints of Newark. That's it. We need that on a t-shirt. We need that on a meme. Please. Can't wait to see all you people. And if not, hey, maybe some of the show will be available online and recorded and all that stuff and photos and socials and stuff. But follow our socials at Up Next Podcast on Twitter. I myself, Braden Herrington, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at the Brady.
And you can find me at Davie Portman.
We will be back next week on this free feed. Listen to Shot in the Dark, John Cena covering everything in 15 minutes. We will be back Tuesday with Up Next, and then Wednesday night again with BDElite. And you want to hear more? Patreon.com/upnext. Guys, it's $5. That's it for the whole month, and you get access to hundreds of podcasts that we have recorded. We have movie reviews, retro wrestling reviews. Everything is on there. Best matches ever, including Best Match Ever Macho Man that's coming up this month as well. Can't wait. So many different things out there on the Patreon, and we would love for you to go check it out. And it's only $5, and it's how we keep the lights on here, literally and figuratively. So thank you, guys.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? What am I waiting for?
We need to do I Still Know What You Did.
I still know what you did. Yeah. Jack Black is a Jamaican
dude. Yeah, we never
dude.
finished it.
It's probably for the best.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. We love you. That's it. That's all. Take care. Goodbye. Be safe. And shout out Ricky. Ricky Rose. Oh.
Ahoy!
First time in a long time, but it seems like just yesterday when we were side by side. Beast mode, no one's blocking our way. These other guys tried it, but them man ain't got the skills of Braden and Davie, brazen and raging, bringing you the thrills and spills. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite. Right here in full gear, about to blow up like TNT. Us man are too sweet, Brady, DVP, the BDElite.